Hello. As I said, I just want to go over a few extra trapezoid problems. So I am going to go over the following problems and how I would solve them. So I have this trapezoid here. I don't know what kind of trapezoid it is, but I know that any trapezoid, the median, right here, this is my median, I can multiply by a half and add the two bases, and I should get the median. So 1/2 times base plus base should equal my median. Let's zoom in a little for you here. So my base is 23 and 11x plus 2. So I'm going to do 23 plus 11x plus 2. That times 1/2 should equal my median of 29. I'm going to simplify here. 23 and 2 gives me 25 plus 11x. 1/2 of 25 is going to give me a decimal. 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. And 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. So not very pretty. Now I'm going to subtract 12.5 from both sides. I get 5.5x equals 16.5. And I'm going to divide that by 5.5 and I get 3. So the decimals are a little ugly, but I do get an answer of 3 there. Okay, so this is using our relationship of medians. Number 2 is using what we know about angles in a trapezoid, but specifically, this is an isosceles trapezoid. We know that because they marked these two legs congruent, which means that it is isosceles. So what you do know about isosceles trapezoids is that the base angles are congruent and the top base angles are also congruent. However, we only know one of those here. What you should know is that if this is 28x minus 11, and that's 51, this should also be 51 because they're congruent. And these are consecutive and they're supplementary, so they should add to 180. So you can do 28x minus 11 plus 51 equals 180. If you take away 11 from 51, we're going to get 40. Subtract 40 from both sides, we get 140, and that divided by 28 is 5. Okay, so make sure you label things that are congruent. If you know they're congruent, go ahead and label them as that number. And the last problem I want to do here tells me that it's isosceles. Cool. I didn't even need to know that. I did need to know that. Yep. So in an isosceles trapezoid, which you can see it's isosceles because these legs are congruent, the diagonals are congruent. Okay. So in this problem, they're giving you EC, which is one diagonal, FD, which is another. So you can just go ahead and set these equal to each other. So add 10 to both sides. 30 equals 5x, so x is 6. Okay, hopefully this helped a little bit.